So the first word that we are going to look at is grave. So we've already learned the word graveyard, which means a place where dead people are buried. But a grave is one single spot. So it is this one place where one dead person is buried. So the whole thing, all of this, is the graveyard. This is the grave. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. Next, magically. Magically done means that something is done with a special power that's normally impossible. So in the video, we see that the little girl was pulled into a different place, right? The like Day of the Dead place by this flower. And this happened magically. So she couldn't normally do that. Flowers don't normally grab onto you and pull you under. So this is magic. The way that it happened was magically. Next, skeletons. Skeletons or skeleton. So one by itself would be a skeleton. Many of them would be skeletons with an S. Skeletons are the set of bones in a body. So I have a skeleton, you have a skeleton. The only part of our skeleton that we can see all the time is our teeth, right? So you can see your teeth. Teeth are like bones. So that is a part of the skeleton. Otherwise, you can't see inside your hand. If you go get an X-ray, then you can see your skeleton. These skeletons are Dia de los Muertos skeletons, so they are magic. They're not real. You can't really stand up like that if you're just bones. Next, a cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is a type of melon that has this sort of orange inside. It also has this rough outside. So there are different types of melons. This one specifically is called a cantaloupe. If it's green, if it's a green melon, that's a honeydew. But this one here is a cantaloupe. You can either say cantaloupe or cantaloupe. Next, balloons. Balloons are a thin rubber bag filled with air. That's kind of a weird way to say it. Like, that's not what we think of when we think of balloons, but really that's what it is, right? So it's made out of rubber, so you can squish it, and it's full of air. And they usually float. They would float if they were filled with helium, because helium makes things float because it is lighter than the air. If you just blow it up, right, you just blow up the balloon, it's not going to float. It won't float. It'll fall, right? So if you blow up a balloon, it's going to fall. But if you put helium in it, it'll float. Laugh, to smile and make a noise because something is funny. Once again, kind of a weird definition, but that's what it is. When you laugh, you smile and you make a noise, ha, because something is funny. Dance. Dance means to move to music. Usually you're doing this in a rhythmic way, right? So do, 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 do. That would be rhythm. You're moving to music, you're dancing, okay? Next one is transformed. You can also think of the movie Transformers to help you with this word. Transformed means changed. So throughout this whole video, we saw that the skeleton was a skeleton, and then she transformed, she changed into the little girl's mom. She changed into a human. So she transformed from a skeleton to a human. imagined. So we've learned the word imagination. So imagination is the thing that you have in your brain. It is that power. There is a verb, an action that goes along with that, and it's imagine. So if you imagine something happening, you are thinking of it in your mind, right? You are picturing it in your mind. So this little girl, she imagined all of this happening. So it wasn't real, was not real. It was fake. She imagined it. She thought up the whole thing in her mind. Because at the end here, we can see her just hugging the empty air, right? There's no one there, which is sad. Okay, the next word is glad. Glad is a synonym for the word happy, so it is another way to say happy. Usually though, if you use the word glad, it's like a little less than happy, a little bit. Or you might say like, I'm glad that you blah, 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 right? So I might say, I'm glad that you turned in your homework. I wouldn't really say, I'm happy that you turned in your homework. I'd more likely say, I'm glad that you turned in your homework. So it's just another word that means happy. Okay, that's it. Great job.